There's like a lot of Kanye and T.I. and stuff like that too.
That's when Drake's Best I Ever Had came out, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
And Turn On My Swag, Soulja Boy came out. A lot of Soulja Boy was popular in the early, like the late 2000s.
Do a Soulja Boy song.
Used the Billboard Top 100. Kiss Me Through the Phone was number 6. Just saying.
What was it?
Kiss Me Through the Phone, that Soulja Boy song. Oops.
Fucking stop. You were literally fucking motherfucking Prince of Acacia.
Let's go crazy tonight.
You fuck sluts.
I can't fucking scream. What do you want? You don't do that shit to me again.
Owning 100 Corvettes.
What happened to my mic? Girl, fucking stop. You were literally fucking motherfucking Prince of Acacia.
Let's go crazy tonight.
You fuck sluts.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if the trailer looped or not. Sorry, guys. And I'm sorry that you could
Yeah.
hear us talking about rap songs from 2009.
And like how my day was.
No, I don't think they heard all that. It didn't happen
Okay,
until
that's
I
good.
looked up rap songs from 2009.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, wait. I discussed I was going to do this. Proceed, and I'm going to do what I need to do.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're watching out loud. Comment and like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're a little less prepared, I feel like, than usual. But you know, that's what you come here for, the authenticity of just two girls hanging out and yapping. That's what we're here for.
Luckily, I tested stuff before we got on. Cause
Yeah,
having
a lot of it was.
difficulties. So that kind
That's
of
true.
Yeah.
That's
So,
true.
That's
It's more just us. I don't know. I don't feel like my head's screwed on right today. I'm wearing a hat, so it's got me really fucked up.
I like that hat. Me think me gonna
Think
me
me think me going take me on life. Sorry, I've been
For
trying to like
effect.
just post. Yeah.
Okay. For effect,
Nice.
I need to be in a green room.
Exactly. It looks like you're gonna make your own rap album now. But yeah, it's pretty badass.
It's pretty, it's pretty ill.
Pretty ill. But yeah, so this movie was the first winner of the Watchers Pick voter bracket, proposed by Hannah, and honorable mention to Bamboozled, but gotta say, Bit Relieved didn't have to do Bamboozled. Not like, it's a heavy movie for two white girls to have to tackle, to be fair. And I watched it for with George for one of his film courses, and then so like when I saw the movie poster again, I was like, I hope we don't have to do this one.
Oh, princess, I don't want to do this.
Oh, princess, not this.
You know what? I have to say, like, I'm so glad. Was this your first time watching Rap World?
Yes, it was. Hannah did tell me about it like couple months ago, I think, and I was like, I gotta watch that, and then completely forgot about it. So when I realized what it was, I was really excited. Yes, Rap World is a perfect movie for two white girls to tackle. Like,
It is. It's very.
it's a compliment for two white girls to tackle it, and not just two white boys.
Thank you,
But yeah.
Kyle. Steven got me my headphones. I like them too. You guys come here to hear about the black experience from two fucking white women.
That's the version of the I go to
legs.
NC concerts for pussy. You come to watching out loud for the black experience. Don't clip that.
Someone's gonna
because
clip
it's
that
a
and be
lie.
like, watching out loud is racist.
What's my fucking me take me go and take me home
Me
like
on
that? Anyway.
This was my first time watching it too. I never even had heard of it, and which I was surprised because I actually think Connor O'Malley's quite funny.
Yeah, he's super funny.
And I fucking loved this movie. I was watching it at my desk, and I was like
just
trying
snickering
so
at work.
Yeah, because I'm in the office all the time now, so like I had to squeeze it in, and I was like, I was like crying, laughing, and it was so it resonated a lot with me because I worked at a movie theater in 2009, and so
that's the first thing I texted you as I was watching it. I was like, "Are you hella triggered that they're working at a movie theater in 2009?"
I felt awesome because the thing was too. It made me think of dudes just like that I worked with. That
I'm sure.
The movie theater, like, we kind of all were like friends, more or less. So it's like you'd be smoking weed with dudes exactly like that. And they'd just start spitting the illest game, and you'd be like, that's crazy, dog, you need to record that. I had one friend, and he had it made me think of one guy in particular who actually was not white, but just the parallels in personality. And he had
it still Grass Valley though?
Yeah. And on his little Honda, he had a decal of a samurai.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was.
It's hard as hell.
Dope. But yeah, it captured like just kind of like the boredom and like, I don't know, just like the simplicity of 2009 of like needing to keep yourself entertained where there wasn't like without social media and this huge influx of white people thinking they can rap because of Eminem. Like he did a disservice to millennials, think that because white millennials were like, I could do this. And is like, millennial generation definitely sees Eminem as like a top like rapper, but I think that's just
is Kelly low or am I high?
I don't know how
do I need to come down? I can come down and then you all can turn your volume up. How about that? Unless that's bad. Hold on. Oh no.
But anywho, if you're new here, comment, like, subscribe. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at Watching Out Loud Pod. Or no, just Watching Out Loud, sorry. And
we changed it.
This is our podcast, and we're going to talk about Rap World from 2004. And I'm Kelly Appel.
And I'm Katie Sarasset. And this is my hat. And I feel crazy, as mentioned about before. Do I need to come down even more? Chat. I did move it down a little bit, or turn it down a little bit, but I have a delay on the chat.
Oh no.
Don't ask us to change things. It fucks us up.
Oh, yeah, don't. Wait.
Don't do that.
Now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear her now?
Or if
am I quieter now?
In reference to those Motorola commercials. Where you at?
Timely. That's what it was instead. They're not saying anything.
The silence is loud.
The silence is very loud right now. Okay, anyway, we should just keep going. Yeah, so sorry, the quote. I forgot. Yes. So the quote we picked for this episode was hold on.
What is happening there?
It just does that. I don't know.
Hello?
Trigger warning.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
George said I should come up.
Yeah, I think you should too. Here. Hold on.
It's because I had to restart.
She has a noise suppression filter on. That shouldn't be there. I don't know. Let's see.
How's that, fam? How's that, chat?
Yeah. Carry on. Nothing I say is important anyway.
I think I was just gonna do the quote that we chose, which was what I'm going. You know, this does apply to the debacle we're currently having between my hat and the volume of the microphones. What I'm going through right now has not been felt since World War II by some people that were in it. To quote the great Matt Lohan.
Hi, B.
But anyway.
Yeah, so the cast is basically everyone who was involved in either writing, directing, or both. So Connor O'Malley is Matt Lohan. I kept the descriptions in: a rapper from the amateur group Cool Boy Crew.
Cool Boy Crew.
Cool
Yeah.
Boy Crew. Sorry, I read
Cool
that
Boy
too
Crew.
literal.
Yeah.
Jack Bensinger as Casey Foy, Eric Rahill as Jason Rice, and Danny Sharhar as, I don't even remember this character as Ben. Who's Ben?
I think he was the guy filming.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. With the hand.
Someone's
Jesus Christ.
creeping behind me.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm ruining
It's
everybody's
I don't know why it's
immersion.
going wrong. I don't know.
No, it's good.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's immersion is broken.
What immersion?
You know.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
what
men on
immersion.
the screen,
Oh.
and that's terrible.
Thank you, Hannah, because I forgot who that guy was, because you don't actually really see him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like one point where he's like filming himself in the mirror and talking about it and shit, but I don't remember.
I really want to really quickly. Oh my god. It's so hard.
I'm sorry.
No, honey. It's
No,
your
no,
fault. I'm
you're
sorry.
helping. It's just our brains when stuff
Like
doesn't
short
go
circuit.
right, or just like, because I'm already not, like, I don't know, I'm already half asleep today, I feel like. Kira's here.
Oh my
Fun.
gosh, hi Kira. I was gonna say one of my favorite parts in this film was the part where the guy he's in his Avenged Sevenfold shirt.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's filming in
Which
the
I wanted
bathroom.
that shirt hella bad.
He's filming in the bathroom, him rapping the ABC. That was kind of peak, and then it cuts to that scene where the feet are in the two sinks. There was like so many scenes where if I wasn't watching it at work, I would have tried to screenshot it, but it was incredible. It was a really good movie.
It was a really good movie. It is one of those things that's like so much was happening in so many like so many fast-paced clips that it is like it deserves a rewatch to absorb everything.
Yeah.
But I think because I think that you definitely knew, like, you worked at the movie theater at this time, knew people exactly like this. I feel like I was just behind this time, and it was more like what was it, like all of my friends' older siblings were these people. So it was just like, it was a lot of being like I'm like 13 and being exposed to things I should not be getting exposed to. But it's these kinds of people that hang around 13-year-olds because they're their sister's friends.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good way to encapsulate it, is like if you existed as a white person in 2009, there was definitely, if you weren't old enough to be hanging out with those people, you definitely, your siblings were hanging out with people exactly like this. Like these.
Yeah.
These type of white boys were rampant in 2009.
Yeah. I like specifically one of my best friends, this is like Sacramento specific, lived off of Antelope. And so it was just like anyone that lived off of Antelope and Citrus Heights was just this guy. And there was like a skate park that they all hung out at, and we would all walk to the 7-Eleven in the middle of the night and stuff like that. So Yeah.
Yeah. If you were like a 16-year-old girl that they thought were hot, you were probably in the back of their car as they like smoked weed, driving recklessly.
Yeah, for
Drinking,
sure.
like
For sure.
Svedka vodka or something.
Some Smirnoff.
This movie had so many great quotes too. Like I love when the guy is like hanging out with that girl and he's like, I want to remember. I'm not gonna quote it correctly, but it's something like, I want to remember this night that I interacted with someone, basically.
Yeah. He like talked to someone. I was like, this girl must come back at some point. Never comes
Never
back.
does.
That was so good. Yeah, I know it's like one of the last quotes of the movie, but the Matt's quote at the end of the actual song that they do, where he says some of the best nights of my life were being had in parking lots. I was like,
Yep.
that is a universal statement as like
yeah.
a suburban kid. Yeah, growing up in the suburbs.
I feel like especially in that time. I did a whole fucking MySpace photo shoot in a Safeway parking lot.
Oh, it's key. It's key.
Losers got the quote. I want to remember this is the time I had a conversation. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. That is so
No,
fucking
it's so
funny.
good. Well, yeah, I did a little, I say like research in air quotes because how much can you research this movie? But I found this essay written on a blog. Let me see where it was. It's called, it's on defector.com. Rap World Remembers the Truth About Suburban Malaise by Nicholas Russell. And he just really kind of dives into how this movie really encapsulates this, like, not quite affluent, but not, like, actually struggling group of, like, I guess, like, millennials coming up at a time when, like, when, like, iPhones were a thing, but are, like, now a thing, but you're not rich enough to own an iPhone. So you're, like, don't have full access to the internet, but you're starting to get that access. It's like when people first got glimpses that maybe they could be an influencer by being on reality TV or something.
Yeah, like you definitely still had a family PC, but maybe if you were lucky, you had your own laptop if you were older than 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think it's like that whole, I think it's interesting that it's only like specifically middle class suburban people that I feel like genuinely could see something like Eminem and be like, I can do that. Like I can actually probably do that and get famous off of doing that. There's like some level of like delusion, I think, that they are afforded by being like middle class white men.
I think part of that, I think it's definitely delusion. Like, I definitely don't want to, like, not agree with that, because that is definitely true. I think part of it, though, too, is, like, hip-hop and rap was such a huge part of the late 90s, early 2000s, and, like, the music that a lot of millennials grew up to. Like, that was kind of exclusively what a lot of people listened to, because it was the most popular music at the time. And so it kind of like, I think because Eminem was successful during that time as well, it kind of opened this gateway that it's like, this is what's popular, this is what everyone's listening to. So of course it would kind of make sense that like middle class white kids would want to try to like engage with that and be a part of it as well. But what's really funny too is like Eminem, and I'm not defending, because I really only like a couple Eminem songs, like personally. I was never like a big M fan. I loved Ludacris. That was my favorite rapper at this time.
You are a Ludacris girl.
I am, and now he's just a few.
Famously.
But what's funny is it's like M actually did grow up like really impoverished and like would have grown up around like within like black communities. I think he grew up in a trailer park, so it probably was still mostly white people, but I think, and he grew up in Detroit, didn't he? So he would have had more of that like experience, I guess, than like 80s suburban.
There's an authenticity to Eminem that these kids don't. I say kids, they're grown men. One of them is a father.
They're actually grown men. But most people were kids that were doing
Yeah,
this.
exactly. They seem like teenagers.
Yeah, like when he goes like, I'm actually not that young, I'm 32. I was like, what?
Jesus, I know.
Because I thought they were supposed to be like 24.
I turned 32 last week, and when he said that, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, imagine, like, because literally, like, specifically the room that they were trying to record their music in, was like almost like an exact copy of a room that my friend who was a musician had. He was just doing metal instead of rap and hip hop, but yeah, it was low-key triggering, but for grown men to be acting that way was insane.
Sorry, but please go back to your article, because I think...
Oh, well, no, I think it was just like, because he did talk about this, like, I think he did talk about in the article, like, what was so, like, kind of how, like, technology being specifically, like, these camera phones that have full keyboards and stuff like that is, like, starting to connect people, like, to the world, but only in a way that, like, they're still able to just, like, see something and then try to, like, emulate it. And so he was kind of talking, like, relating it to that, and did make, like, heavy mention of Eminem, like, basically being a catalyst for white men thinking that they can do this and all that sort of stuff.
There's a point where every white boy was Eminem in his mind. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but I think that another thing that was funny that he said was that this movie really captured that kind of, like, this kind of, like, not like I guess he just says it as malaise, like this kind of boredom and this, like, seeking for things to be interesting and entertaining, like, driven purely by boredom, rather than letting that be, like, a drive to do something, like, for your career or, like, for your family or anything like that. It's just kind of like this boredom seeking whatever is fun, and fun would be, like, copying the famous people that you're starting to see more commonly on TV and the internet. But he did say that this movie lacks in that it doesn't have nearly enough racism to capture the actual time of 2009, which I just thought was funny.
I mean, yeah, they definitely would have been saying the N-word in their rap songs.
Yeah.
There's, like, no question of that. And they probably would have been using the F slur, too. A lot more. Like, a lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah.
I mean,
because there's, like, only one...
that up.
There's, like, only one use of the R word, like, and it was, like, written, wasn't it? I don't think any of them actually said it.
Absolutely historically inaccurate.
Yes, historical inaccuracies in rap world.
Which I get it, because it came out in 2004, so they probably were trying to be, like, I don't know, I guess, like...
I mean, 2024.
Yeah, 2024.
they were imagining what it would be like in 2009.
So they probably were being a little more cognitive of that, but yeah, if it was historically accurate, that R word and F word would have been every other word.
A lot of R's, a lot of F's, a lot of N's.
Especially 3, like, 20-something-year-old white dudes. Are you kidding me?
For sure. Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And especially, like, being in, like, because I think about this time, like what you were saying, it's like hip hop and rap was so, like, so heavy in, like, popular music. But I think back on, like, that time as, like, my brother was in, like, late high school in 2009, and he was all emo music. And, like, so I'm just, like, thinking back, and I'm like, the only people I knew that were, like, kind of like this kind of person were my, like, friends' white trash older sisters and, like, whoever they dated. But then my brother and, like, my more immediate circle was just, like, a bunch of sad boys that like to play World of Warcraft. So there's two different kinds of white boys, I feel like, in 2009.
I want to point out, George said the obsessive infatuation with your shitty hometown is so accurate of that time. Like, the amount of people from my hometown that got the area code tattooed on them is fucking ballistic. Like, that was so many people's first tattoos, too. Because I would have been, like, 20 at this time. So... it's like, and we'd always be like, dirty 530, dirty 530, like, and it's just so stupid in hindsight.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I love my hometown. There's no question. I feel like I got really lucky to grow up there because it's so pretty and stuff. But there is also something to, like, follow up with that boredom statement. Like, there's something really, like, and I'm sure, like, seeing this kind of relays that it wasn't unique experience by any means, but it's like, because the internet was still, like, very much budding, and because, like, at the time I would have had an LG Envy, so I had, like, a keyboard, but I couldn't access the internet, and I could probably only put like 6 songs on my cell phone. You were so, like, limited in what you can do, especially in a small town, and, like, they are clearly in, like, a smaller town with, like, not a whole lot to do. You had to, like, seek out ways to fill the void of boredom, and so, like, so much of that was just literally, like, driving around.
Yeah.
Let's just drive around and find a spot to smoke some weed. Let's go to the cemetery and play hide and seek. Like, you literally had to seek out things to do, because it was like, and when you did go online, it was really only fun for, like, a couple hours, and then it was like, okay, let's go take some pictures in your backyard to upload on my Facebook. So it was just like, let's rewatch the Kelly Wants Shoes video for the 87th time. Like, there was just not as much. It's kind of sad. I don't know. It's kind of sad. I hate to, like, sound like an old person, but it's like, I do kind of miss the time when, like, the internet wasn't constantly accessible, and you kind of were forced to find things to do for fun. Now it's like we're all so hyper focused on the internet that it's like we don't really, like, people would rather just sit at home on their phones than do stuff. And I kind of get it, because, like, rent's expensive, so may as well be at home. But I don't know. You had to find things to occupy your time that were just kind of fucking stupid. And, like, his parking lot statement is really, like, valid, because it's like,
it's
a
very
lot of the
true,
times we did have fun was just, like, in some fucking parking lot at, like, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that it's one of those things that it does show, like, kind of the creativity that goes into trying to keep yourself entertained when you don't have so much that's accessible to you for entertainment. And while it is, like, stupid, it is also, like,
cringe.
It's also, like, it's like, you could say that it is a better use of your time than scrolling on your phone trying to create the best rap song in the world.
There's probably other things they could have done, like, at all, but I think it is definitely a lot better, I think, for just your mental health, because at least there's the social aspect of it too, and just having fun with your friends, going to some shitty ass house party and getting in a fight with your baby mama. Glorious.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think we all went to some shitty house party, and some couple got in a fight, and it was fucking, like, riveting shit, because it's like, yes, drama, yes.
yeah. It's like a real life reality TV show. but yeah, I thought that I was gonna say, like, the friend that was the producer, what was his name, Jason, him being obsessed with a girl named Kira, which one was funny because shout out Kira. And I think that they, like, spelled her name wrong in so many different ways, like, in the movie, which, like, with the captions and stuff, which was a beautiful detail. But that whole, like, the way she made fun of him for liking her
obsessed with
was
me.
It was just like, no, you can't be serious. Just, like, constantly just was it was very real, and very, like, just like this, my skin was crawling, I feel like, from that.
I loved that he did it too. Like, he was like soft launching proposing to her next to a fucking hookah, because hookah was so big at the time, which is so gross.
It's so crazy. I think I've only, like,
once or twice, I can't lie.
I think I smoked hookah once, and it was like a friend was like, do you want to smoke hookah? And she just brought all like her full hookah setup to my house, and we went to the
Because
park
it was a
across the
whole
street.
fucking thing.
It was crazy to smoke hookah in Oak Park, like or in Tahoe Park, just like in the middle of the park at 10 o'clock at night. I was like, what are we doing?
What?
But it was the thing.
Anything to fill
There
the
was
void.
also there was this hookah bar in Sacramento by like when I was in high school, I think like my junior year. I never went to it because I thought it was fucking weird, but it was like of course owned by like a middle-aged man, and then like only high schoolers would go to it to smoke hookah and dance. And I'm like, and they're all like, this is the coolest. They're like, this is the coolest place to hang out. And I'm like, this sounds insane. This middle-aged man is just providing hookah for teenagers that will dance for him. It's so weird. And that's
kind
suburban
of
living.
gross when you think
Yeah.
like, because I went to like, so I think I smoked out a hookah 3 times, but one time it was weed out of a hookah, and then but those times were like people's. One time I went to a hookah bar with like a friend after work because she really wanted to go. And I remember sitting there and I was like, this is gross. Like, this sucks so bad. And it kind of just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess some of the because it was like flavored, so that was the whole point. But I was like, dude, you could just get one of those little flavored cigars. Like the little
Yeah. You could get a grape swisher.
Yeah, a Swisher Sweet, and just do that instead.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely smoked some Swisher Sweets when I was 18. I loved cloves when I would get drunk. Those were my favorite clove cigarettes, R.I.P. They're banned in the U.S. But yeah, it just like encapsulates so much of the stupid. It's hookah, I think, is a Middle Eastern thing. So it's like, why did it go so hard in like the late 2000s?
It's so weird. Does anyone in the chat have theories of why hookah really took off?
I like how Robbie backed that up, that smoking hookah, like weed out of a hookah, was a very common thing. Because if people had hookah still, they were like, I guess I gotta put it to use.
Yeah, George,
Smoking
great pun. Hookah blows.
Yeah. Smoking out of a Gatorade bottle is crazy. Meanwhile, I was smoking out of an purple acrylic bong.
Yeah.
I have a picture. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just to say, I had my friend had a green acrylic bong that was like a short one that he would just bring everywhere.
It might have been green, and it had the carb on the back. I always remember that. You have to get but I have a very funny picture of when I had to have been 18 because I had shitty bleach blonde hair. But it's a picture of me blowing with the ball.
We should put that with the post to the grid.
Really
we could.
funny.
We'll put tomorrow on the grid. We'll put our normal like cover, and then you slide and see you smoking.
It was technically 2008, but whatever, dog. It's close enough.
It's perfect.
It was when I was working at a theater still too. So
it's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, in 2008, I was in the 8th grade, so not quite smoking weed yet.
Not yet, but
not quite.
I actually didn't smoke weed till I was 18 either, so and then it just went really hard with it for a long time. I also really loved the like MySpace photo shoots that occurred. I guess by that time it was on Facebook, but like the digital, when they have the gun at his mom's getting an ear
the gun was
detachment
so
surgery in like Puerto Rico or some shit, so then they find her gun and they're just like, oh my god, Kyle, shut up.
It was literally like by the end of the movie, the whole like Chekhov's gun of see a gun, it's gonna go off. I really didn't expect him to die.
I didn't either. That was a curveball.
That's such a perfect
way to end
Connor O'Malley type ending. Yeah,
it's so stupid. And I like how they kept saying at the funeral in his like eulogies, they were like, he died with a belly full of McDonald's.
like with a smile. I was there when he died. He had a huge smile on his face because he was just like so delusional from the blood loss.
But yeah, the whole photo shoot with the gun and then them like pointing it at their fucking heads, pointing it at the guy on the bed. And I love when the only time the guy
Casey's holding it as crotch and Jason's pretending.
And then the only time the guy gets mad is when he tries to light the like spliff in the bathroom.
Yes,
fucking
yes,
do
in the
that in
bathtub. What was it? The surgery that his mom was getting? Was it
She was
to
getting
get
her
her?
earlobe detached.
Okay, because I was gonna say, was it? Because I saw the picture of her and I couldn't tell if it was the before or after. Was with how close her ears were to her head. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
And
But
then
yeah, unnecessary surgery.
I liked that they had the voicemail from their mom of her like encouraging him to follow his dreams, which was such a big thing in like 2000s rap, like of having voicemails like in your
Oh
like
yeah,
album
yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it just
true.
really hit like it hit. If you had a check mark of like things that encapsulates this time period, like they really hit. The biggest one would have been like slurs. That's where they really like dropped. That's where they dropped. Guys, you dropped the ball.
This was a really woke 2024 movie. The fact that there weren't as many slurs to make it historically accurate.
Yeah, I needed a little less woke.
Needed a little less woke in my 2009 rap world. But yeah, I don't know. It's like this movie. I was thinking before coming into this, I was just like, I feel like I don't have things a whole lot to say beyond just being like, and then when he did this, I really liked it because it's just like it was just a fully enjoyable movie. I know Steven pointed out in the Discord chat about Matt taking it personally when Jason was invited without him knowing, and how that was like very real, and he was mad for Matt.
I just don't
like,
think you should be making the beats.
Like it was definitely like that was such a relatable feeling right out the gate of like again it always comes down to these guys are in their 30s and that makes it so hard, but otherwise so relatable for like a teenage brain and early 20s like not fully formed frontal lobe, very real. And then you learn that they're in their 30s and you're like yeah, right.
Which actually makes it kind of funnier because if they're in their 30s they wouldn't even be millennials, they'd be Gen X.
Yeah. Is Connor O'Malley? I guess is. Let's see how old he is.
I don't think Connor O'Malley is actually in his 40s now. I think he's in his 30s. But his character was born in
his character, right? I would just think he's 39, so yeah, that's millennial, right?
Yeah, he's a millennial. Yeah, no, he is.
I think it would be. I feel like they could have pulled off playing early 20s.
Yeah, they could.
Because I feel like a lot of early 20-year-olds looked like that in 2009. They did not look very great.
The McDonald's.
Oh yeah, the McDonald's prank.
That's shit in the drive-thru. It was annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just because I worked in a drive-thru, so I was like, shut up.
But I'm also like, they have no reason not to fuck up my food. Like, they have every right to fuck up my food, I feel like. I'm not going to give them a reason. I'm going to be the most polite girl in the world to them. But yeah.
But again, just things to, like, kill the time. Like, anything to fill, you know. And I don't know. It's like, it's like you do think back to those times when you were young and kind of needed to, like, fill the time and you didn't care about, like, responsibilities yet, even though again they're 30, so like Matt
and they have like a literal child,
responsibilities, but he was very very much a stunted adult. It's like you do like end up missing those times and you're like, man, it just goes by so fast. Like you never realize your last time you and your friends are gonna hang out in some stupid parking lot.
Oh, that's so true.
Hotboxing your car.
Screaming into his hat. Yeah, the next scene.
Pieces, McFlurry. Yeah, there's just like this whole movie is just like you kind of said it best, like just like scenes of stuff that I like, because there wasn't like anything I disliked. I liked how it was like they kept talking about recording, but it was just them like fucking around for hours before. And he's like, "All right, guys, homework time to turn homework in. Pencils down. Pencils up." And just like the whole altercation with him and his baby mama, like the messy drama of like kind of this like, because they were middle class, they wouldn't actually qualify as like white trash, but kind of like white trash behaviors, and like them them trying to have sex and he like can't get hard and she gets all offended, and her fucking boots and like leggings that she's wearing, it's just like, it's like perfect. I don't know. It's
It was like the perfect slice of life.
Should I
kind
go
of
as far to say
comedy.
it's almost the perfect film?
Almost the perfect film. For a watching out loud film, almost the perfect film. Um, you're
We
gaming
got
too
you
much. You
gaming
don't know how to shower right.
Kind of high key
I
true.
do. It's so funny because I don't know, like people that have gotten divorced and like one of the main issues in their marriage was like too much gaming. But then at the
Oh
same
yeah.
time, I feel like in now like nowadays it's like gaming is such like a couple's activity that can be
Yeah.
done.
Whereas then it was like definitely just like
It was seen as like lazy, like a
oh
waste of
yeah.
time, like shit like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Well, and it was just like I think a lot of adult men that gamed at that time like
mhm.
really a very I mean a very common
Yeah,
commonality
yeah.
was the poor hygiene.
Just like watch the South Park World of Warcraft
Yeah.
episodes, and it's just perfect.
That's how well especially since I game on this couch, that's how I feel all the time. It's like a lard.
Just like clicking.
And sometimes I do have to wear a wrist brace because my wrist hurts.
But you also work an office job, so
Yeah,
it's
and also
fine.
it's
Yeah.
a carpal tunnel's common occurrence with pregnancy. It turns out I'm not joking.
Oh, that sucks.
So,
They just keep making it better and better.
hmm
But I think something you said about how they're middle class, but it's kind of white trash behavior. I think it is like, is it maybe a part of like that infatuation with like digging into like Eminem and like trying to tap into like a rap culture? Is there, do you think a thing of like these middle class white kids are like leading into white trash kind of behaviors and mannerisms to try to seem more like authentic?
I think it's honestly again cultural, like the cultural like of the time period, because you have to think about too the TV that these people would have grown up on, including myself, Maury, Jerry
Mm-hmm.
Springer, extremely white trash. There was not a day home, sick from school where I didn't watch Maury all day, and
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
was so much of this like DNA test. He's not the daddy. Women running to the behind the scenes crying, and like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of like I don't know like embarrassing ritual of like exposing yourself on TV that you don't even know you've like this is not a slut shamey thing, but in the context of the early 2000s, like you've banged so many dudes, you have no idea who the biological father of your child
Mm-hmm.
is, like, and then Judge Judy, that was always like also like demographically like kind of like white trashy people on that show. So I think it's just like the media you're consuming, and then because I guess you could argue that if because they wanted to be rappers, they could have absolutely adopted like black, like cultural black
Mm-hmm.
mannerisms and behaviors
Yeah, yeah.
instead. But they're leaning more into like white trash, which
Mm-hmm.
also who was also like a rapper esque,
Yeah, yeah.
rock guy at this time, Kid Rock. So who also
Mm,
cosplayed as white trash. Kid Rock was
yeah,
extremely affluent and he cosplayed as white trash. Him and Pamela
yeah.
Anderson got married at this time, and it was like a very trashy wedding. Like white
Yeah,
trash,
yeah.
like you even think of like stuff like Britney Spears would wear, and I'm not like bagging Britney. I love Britney Spears, but
Yeah, yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears did grow up poor. She was white trash. So it's kind of like there was
Mm-hmm.
almost like this glorification of white trash.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Interesting.
and you were seeing it so much in media that it's kind of like you adapted it. And then I just think like anytime white people are rowdy in large groups, it comes off extremely white trash. Like, I'm sorry.
Anytime you get a group of rowdy whites, it's
It gets
trashy.
white trash. It gets white. You never got to experience the Nevada County Fair, but let me tell you, it
True,
gets
yeah.
white trash
I'm sure. I'm
quick.
sure it does. That's
So,
so funny. No, I think that's such a good observation because it's kind of like how you see a lot of I feel like even like young children today that you see like scrolling social media, young kids will try to emulate influencers like on TikTok and shit like that. And so it is kind of like yeah, this daytime television, especially that's getting consumed by people that maybe don't work like uh, that don't have like the normal day jobs will be watching the daytime television and maybe like adopting kind of those like mannerisms for like entertainment, especially if you're trying to then entertain yourself in your life. These are the things that are entertaining you through your media and then mimicking that through
Yeah. I know young people
through
were
real life.
watching like Oprah. They were which would have been
No.
like classy daytime TV. No, they were watching
Yeah,
Martin
no,
and
no.
Jerry Springer, where it's like,
Yeah.
you know, someone's transgender girlfriend comes out and is like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a man," and then pulls off their wig. Like
The 2000s was a different time.
yeah, it was just like it was
Yeah.
really iconic, honestly. Which
Yeah.
but yeah, I think, and yeah, George is right. Poverty always plays. It's just like anything else. There is a lot of like rappers that will pose as like former gangsters and like that they grew up in ghettos, and then it'll be exposed later on that actually they didn't grow up in that culture at all.
Yeah.
But it's because I think it does, again, it makes it more relatable to the audience they're trying to appeal to as well.
Yeah.
So, like, Kid Rock probably wouldn't have gotten famous if he didn't cosplay. Because it's like, what do you, how are you going to, like, no one wants to listen to some, like, rich white boy, like, talk about weirdly racist things, like marrying a black woman and painting her white. Or bod with da bang diggy, whatever the fuck that means.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Whatever the fuck that means. And then also, like, gigolo culture was super big. And that is
yeah.
very white trash. Like, extremely white trash. So.
Yeah. No, totally. And I think that it's interesting because this article, or this essay that I read, was talking about how now there's also this, like, nostalgia that Gen Z has for this era and time as well. For a time that they, like, didn't actually, like, experience themselves. It's kind of like how, like, I feel like a lot of millennials go through a phase of being like really enamored with like the 60s and 70s and shit.
We all
it's like
the 70s and 80s at one point.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. So it's like it feels like there is a fetishization of like early 2000s and stuff now with like Gen Z and younger, and it is just kind of I think that this essay posed like, is it because they are searching for a time, like it's basically the last time when we could maybe search for authentic experiences that were completely outside of the internet? Where like, because just with the access to the internet through our phones, you're never going to be fully away from it. Even when you unplug, it's still just such a prevalent part of life.
And it's so subliminal, like the impact of constantly being on social media, it like really dictates, like, I don't know. It is really weird because we were like, at that time we were all seeking individuality. We weren't really individuals, like, obviously, but we really craved it, where now it's like homogenization is very like, it's like if you don't dress this way you aren't alternative enough or whatever, where for us, it would, like, for, like, that time, for us, it was more like, you're allowed to express yourself however it works for, like, the fucking music you listen to or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That was, like, the main dividing point back then, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's very interesting because I think coming up, like, us having, like, lived through and experienced more of that era, and now seeing, like, people younger than us, like I remember when I went and saw my brother open for The Used a couple years ago, there was a girl who was like 14 dressed exactly how I dressed at 14, and I was like, this is extremely weird for me. Like, it's like, this is that first noticeable shift of like, holy shit, like my youth is now nostalgic in like in a good way. Yeah, people are cosplaying as my youth. And that's like, it was just like very weird. But I think it's like, because also I feel like we go through a phase in our 20s where we're like distancing ourselves from like that time of our lives, and those experiences is like cringy, uncomfortable, stupid, regret kind of stuff. And then now seeing people younger than us look at that time with like the nostalgia for a time that they didn't experience kind of thing is like has been kind of a mind fuck that I'm sure everyone goes through as they get older. But then I think it has been a little bit of like, why though? Like we've been trying to forget about that time for so long. It was so embarrassing and so cringy. But then like I think watching this movie, and it was just like literally something about that quote of some of the best nights of my life were being had in parking lots is like I genuinely remember some of my best times with my friends were in parking lots, like just listening to music, yeah, and like smoking and like being fucking stupid and like
Yeah.
those are such authentic moments that like we didn't have to be plugged in for, and we didn't like think to be plugged in for, or we didn't even think like we should take pictures for social media because this is such a good experience or something like that.
And I think, like, too, because, like, obviously we still got embarrassed and stuff. Like, that was, like, duh. Like, of course we did. But I think because, like, cringe culture is so rampant. Like, everything's cringe. If people don't think it's cool, it's cringe. Go kill yourself. But we didn't, like, have that. Like, obviously, like, we'd make fun of people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was like you could take like a full like 60 photos with your friends in a fucking parking lot and then upload the whole goddamn thing onto MySpace, like, you know, with some stupid caption or whatever. And it's like, yes, that is very cringy in hindsight, but at the same time it's like it was more just like about like trying to capture those moments that you're spending time with your friends. Yeah. So you didn't, like, I don't know. It's like, I wouldn't say we didn't care as much, but it does kind of feel like we care more what strangers in particular think of us because of social media.
That's a good point, because it's like that is very true. Where it's like we all had our little handheld digital cameras to like take pictures.
Our bags
and like
are heavy, but our souls were free.
Yeah. Creating like a full like Facebook album, like picture album of like, you know, yeah, like you said, create like a stupid caption that's like an inside joke from that night. But it's like we only post those pictures so that we can all look at them together, not to get likes, not to get engagement, not to get anything like that. Whereas, like now it's like you're looking for people to more or less care about what you're doing. Yeah.
And maybe your friend took a really good candid photo of you, and now you can use it as your PFP. Like,
exactly.
You never know. You're like, whoa, I look
and then
in this picture.
More often than not, your friend took a really bad photo of you and saved like, it and then uploaded it randomly. Yeah.
Like, please take this down.
I had a friend that took a picture of me when I was like 12 and then posted it when I was 14 saying, haha, look at your eyebrows. That's fucking crazy.
Or was that a friend of me?
I cut her out when I was 22, so it took a while.
Well,
there was a lot of red flags.
Either way, this movie, thank you, Hannah, for the suggestion, because it did make me incredibly nostalgic for a time I'll never get to experience again. But it kind of also makes me like appreciate it in a different way. I think it's really easy to kind of just like shit on people's views and say it was cringy and stupid, but at the same time, it's like, this is... Who isn't cringy and stupid in their late teens, early 20s, except for the 32-year-old man? He's embarrassing.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. Father your child.
His baby mama said that. She was like, the kids are getting old enough to think you're a loser. So, but I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it almost like, if someone younger watched this, I'd almost hope they'd like maybe be like, maybe I shouldn't care so much, but I don't know. I think the brainwashing's too much at this point.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's necessarily the goal. I think it's so funny because it's like, what was the intention of this film? It's kind of an arbitrary concept, but it's clearly just like guys making fun of a time that they all remember and doing something stupid and funny. But like, I don't know, like for me, like we've talked about, it was such a it was so stupid, so funny, but then also like really spoke to my heart. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Really made me feel good and like warm and cozy kind of thing. So yes, thank you again, Hannah, for the recommendation and And I know that you did some voter rigging for the bracket, but I looked back and of people that actually watching out loud, this movie still would have won by one vote over Bamboozled. So it was fair in the end.
We should do another viewer recommendation. I think this was like a fun way to kind of like change it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And I think we could like, I'm going to Scotland this next week, so you and Steven are going to cover Jack and Jill one of those weeks. And then based on what you guys want to do.
And then we'll have a pre-recorded one for the following week or whatever, vice versa. But there will be like a pre-recorded and then, because we had 4 before we started doing lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I'll be back. So we'll figure out how things are gonna go. But yeah, I think the voter bracket was fun and chat seemed to enjoy it and we enjoyed it. I've had fun.
Yeah, me too. Sorry. Kind of spaced out for a second.
Dissociating in the green void.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. I feel like I need to hit the stew.
Drop a beat, Steven.
Okay, well, Katie, have so much fun in Scotland. Everyone told Katie to have a good time.
Tell me to have fun or I won't have fun and I'll blame you all for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
kidding. But yeah, I will see you guys in a couple weeks, but Kelly will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you.